to another solo episode of Under the Sink Show. My name is Kyla, I am your host. This is a place where we talk about things under the sink. Today is by any chance, is there a vacant room in my apartment? Someone just texted me. Is there a vacant room? I don't think so. I don't think there's a vacant room. I removed the mic from the thing because I felt like I was in a call, and then it kind of like tricked my brain that I was in a call and I had to behave. And then now I feel a little more confident and a little more free. But yeah, we're gonna talk about imagination and storytelling. Damn, I completely changed. For context, to people who don't know, last year I created a workshop called Friend Factory. It is an imagination and storytelling workshop where participants get to create their own imaginary friend, their own thingamabob, in the spirit of the Love Club. So they get to draw their thingamabobs, they get to name them, and then they get to create backstories of that thingamabob. And then at the very end, people get to show and tell other participants about what they made. This year, I am going to do the workshop again, but then there is a theme of Under the Sink Show attached to it. So what it is actually, I would encourage participants to draw who is under their sink. So it's a self-exploration kind of workshop, which is kind of like what Friend Factory is in general term. But in this case, there's just this theme of like who lives under your sink. And then they also get to do like the drawing, the naming. So someone might say that, Kyla, imagination and storytelling is an innate part of being human. It's an innate skill that we have from the moment we were born. And yes, you are correct. However, the systems that we are in, the environment, the boxes we have put ourselves in to participate in society, there is a process unknowingly that we abandon the skill of imagining and storytelling. So for example, we would rather find the correct way of doing things immediately rather than exploring and being curious for other options. There's also this topic of, like consuming things, like what I mentioned in the previous episode, where we are just consuming and just taking in information and not really doing anything to it. Like it's just there, and then like there's just like these useless things that you're consuming. I mean, I don't know what you're consuming, but I bet that there is a part of your day where you're consuming something, you're watching something, and you don't know what to do with that information. It's consuming versus, putting something out there versus creating. There's also the removal of trust in ourselves when we think of some things. So what I would do in Friend Factory is that we would honor the first thought. So we would honor your first draft. Participants are encouraged to draw something first without knowing what they're about to draw, and then looking at their drawings and seeing, who did I make? What is the thing that I just drew right now? We would do prompts and all that, and then people get to create characters and surprise themselves that I made this without without planning. So it was just like a commitment to your first thought. If you are in Manila and if you have the time, I am inviting you to join Friend Factory. It's happening on the 18th and 19th of April. And if you want to join, just let me know. For those people who have attended Friend Factory or is not able to attend Friend Factory, I have a separate project for you, which is called the Anti-AI Journal Movement. So this is my Anti-AI Journal, and I'm going to make this a follow-up activity after the workshop. So I'm going to encourage people to do the same thing. So I'm going to tell you all about the anti-AI journal movement. Anti-AI journal movement. AAJM. AJM. AJM. I'm going to tell you about the AJM. The anti-AI journal is less about hating AI and more about, stopping yourself from relying too much on AI. I have exposed myself to ChatGPT for a long time last year, and there is this pattern of how it is programmed to kind of tell you how you should think and how you should feel about the situation and how you should express it. And then it's just like a thing that you observe, and then as another thing that I have noticed is that most of us have this tendency to want to get the answer immediately. So we would ask ChatGPT a question and then it would give us the answer. So it kind of removes the part where we get to explore and be curious and do our own research. And I think in our head it's kind of like, oh, I don't want to do my own research. That's a complete waste of time. I'll just ask ChatGPT. There is this notion of time, the efficiency of getting the answer. We are so obsessed of like getting it right away, getting it immediately. Like, why waste time to read all about it, to study all about it? And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So the anti-AI journal is a way for you to practice and kind of take back your control on how you think, how you feel, and then how you express and how you want to experience whatever you are consuming or whatever is happening right in front of you. So how do you do this? Number one is get a journal, and the best candidate is the journal that you are afraid to use. I know that somewhere in your room there is a pretty journal that you don't want to use. Use it for this. I highly encourage it. So that is step one. Step two, whenever you have the impulse to do the following: ask AI to clarify an idea, generate a cleaner or whatever version of something, check the best take instead of forming your own opinions, etc., etc., etc. Pause, then write on your journal. So let yourself think, let yourself lay out your thoughts, and then look at your own thoughts. Bonus steps are: you get to read a book, you get to study, watch something that feeds your growth, that is kind of like, an exploration. Socialize and talk to people, experience life, take a walk, and then write about it. Write about it in your journal, draw on your journal, glue things on pages, cut out something. It's junk journaling, basically. And then another bonus step is to stop doom scrolling. So instead of doom scrolling and like taking in information that is probably useless, do something that is going to nourish your brain. Protect your mind. I think this is what it is. Protect your mind, because it is yours. And if we unknowingly let a system take what is ours, no, that's not good. It's just journaling. It's just junk journaling. There is a quote that I cut out from a magazine and then I pasted on the first page because it feels like it fits the theme of the movement. So the quote goes, "You have to work on something that makes you uncertain, something that makes you doubt yourself. If you know where you're going, you're gone, as the poet says. And that's death." Stephen Sondheim. I highly encourage you to do something very creative and to write and to lay out your thoughts, to protect your brain, to, you know, keep your imagination alive. Don't bow down to the internet. Okay, the internet is a great place for you to take information and then learn new things, but don't let it control you, in the sense that just because information is ready for you, you should stop learning. Okay, so, and that means in several ways, and learning new skills, and learning about yourself, and learning about, how to be a human being. If this fills out, I'm gonna share it to you. Maybe it will be connected to Unwrapped, maybe entirely different, but I'm very excited, and I hope that, I don't know, this sparks something in you and you're kind of inspired and you kind of want to do something creative. I feel that my mission is just to ground you. My mission on this planet is to remind people that you have a brain. Under the Sink Show is a The Love Club production, and The Love Club is me. I hope you have a nice week. I hope you have a nice day. Enjoy, and thank you so much for watching, as always.